Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Shaza Shakina BINTI HAZARI from class BA24766A and would like to present my industrial training report through this video. Let's get started. So, I began my fascinating and insightful 6-month industrial training at Post Logistik Berhad. This is the place where I receive assistance from all parties involved in general knowledge, information and other fields. Post Logistik, which is related to logistics and transportations, provided me with a wealth of information that was really relevant to my study. So, in this report, I have identified the SWOT analysis of the specific issue in the warehouse related to the quality of goods and damage issue. This is my overview of my report following the guidelines given. Here, I would like to voice out my appreciation towards everyone that involved in my report completion, including Puan Azlina binti Muhammad. This is my updated profile with full information. The company's name is Post Logistik Berhad PLB, which are the subsidiaries company of Post Malaysia Berhad. PLB consists of 24 warehouses throughout Malaysia and its headquarters is located in Kota Kemuning, Shah Alam. I conducted industrial training at one of PLB's warehouses located in Selangor, namely K11 at Puncak Alam. The operation of this warehouse starts from 7:30 AM and 7:30 PM. However, operation will be resumed until certain time daily if excess work is required, for example, to make preparation or readiness for tomorrow. The company's vision is leader in solution-based logistics services in Malaysia. And the mission is to provide a competitive and reliable logistics services for internal and external stakeholders. PLB's operation is based on 5 core values, namely empathy, decorum, integrity, accountability, and innovation. Post Logistik is wholly owned by Post Malaysia Berhad. K11 is one of the branch of Post Logistik Berhad that have the head of general warehouse and senior executive who manage and control the warehouse, followed by supervisors for operation and inventory. Total of current staff at K11 is 19 plus 2 interns. Next, for the background of establishment, where it started on 1984 with the name of Consortium Pekapalan Berhad KPB, and then the name was changed to the Consortium Logistik Berhad KLB on 1996. After that, in October 2017, Equity National Berhad Equinas, the government-linked private equity fund management company. DRB Highcom Berhad, through its subsidiary KL Airport Services Serian Berhad KLIS, acquired a percentage stake in KLB in December 2013. Finally, at the year 2016, PLB gained acquisition. For your information, PLB offered so many services such as haulage services, air freight services, sea freight services, and warehouse and distribution services. But here at Puncak Alam, they only offered warehouse and distribution services. Okay, so my internship period is from February 28 to August 12, 2022. The duration is only 23 weeks. I was assigned to inventory department that I help with the daily report, damage report, do the damage cost counting and many more. I also involved in operations where I do the daily checking for container projects and batch code checking for daily orders. On the second week of my internship, my fellow interns and I were given assignment by the head of General Warehouse, Mr. Jasniman, to do the productivity improvement at K11. We have succeeded until the last presentation. Next, the main part of this report, which is SWOT analysis, according to the issue, which is quality of goods and damage issue. Next, the main part of this report, which is SWOT analysis, according to the issue I chose, which is quality of goods and damage issue. The goods handled in the warehouse involve the field of food and beverages, F&B, namely sugar. Therefore, it will involve the quality of the goods, whether it's high or low. Not only that, quality also involve the packaging material quality. This problem will be related to the issue of excessive damage of goods in the warehouse. Firstly, the strength of the organization, which is the existence of specific space for damaged goods. Layout of the warehouse showed that it has specific zone for certain function. The front part of the warehouse is the staging area where they put prepared good for delivery order. From zone A to zone D is where they do the goods staging for any types of sugar. And last but not least, zone E, where it is specifically for damaged goods. In this area or zone, they will put daily damage for later to be clean or clear. This is to avoid confusion between damaged good and finished good. This particular space serves a specific purpose, which is to store damaged good. So, as a result, I would like to recommend for the area's improvement, the addition of line demarcation around that particular zone to avoid more confusion for the operation staff. Because there is no longer any confusion about where to place the item. Prominent and clear lines can help workers avoid minor mistakes. According to my finding, adding new warehouse floor markings or repainting existing warehouse line stripping can help your overall operation in variety of ways. It will undoubtedly aid in the improvement of employee safety practices by providing clear guidelines on which area are appropriate for specific purposes, how to properly store and clean certain machinery, and where to store hazardous products and material to avoid injury. Professional warehouse line painting can help improve traffic flow, promote safety, and increase cost efficiency related to the damage. Aside from that, I like to propose dividing the zone into sections for specific days, also using line demarcation. It is for everyday damaged goods can be sorted by the date the damage occurred. It is to ensure that confusion on the clearing date to be avoided so that there is no error in the damage Excel report in the future. The second strength is good in communications. The relationship between the inventory staff and the operations team in this warehouse system is monitored by supervisors and managed by the executive. This strength stems from a positive relationship for all parties, which can result in effective communication delivery. WhatsApp, email, walkie-talkie, and phone calls are the example of information delivery media. This good communication has positive impact on warehouse management, including regarding to the damage issue. This is because whenever a damage occurs, the operation team can communicate it to the inventory staff, allowing them to do the daily review. My suggestion is to improve the warehouse communication structure. One method is to establish a single communication medium and expand its use to include all warehouse-related matters, not just about the damage issues. This is done to avoid information delivery errors and double informing. For instance, if someone provides information to supervisors, that information is shared with everyone in the warehouse. If this occurs, the supervisor is no longer required to communicate about the information to other supervisors or employees. This directly aids the damaged good declaration process by ensuring that everyone has the access to the same information, including the staff inventory. This also can prevent the damaged goods from being declared twice, which can disrupt the daily report data. According to the Shah 2020, making sure there is the clear chain of command is one of the first steps of improving communication in the warehouse. When problem arises, employees must know how to contact the supervisor and from who they can obtain advice and action. After that, we go to the weaknesses. Firstly, does not have proper damage report. In this organization, daily damage report is using Microsoft Excel and it does not have formula for the tonnage of the damaged good. So, the inventory staff might do some error causing wrong total amount of damage report monthly. This issue made the inventory staff do extra work by doing housekeeping for Excel reports daily. To fix this issue, I would like to propose an idea which is moving from Excel to Warehouse Management System WMS. It is because it has more automated function than Excel. From the article I have found stated that WMS is specially designed for warehouse management and includes a number of essential industry best practices. There are advantages to using this WMS over Excel. For example, can help to avoid mistakes. This is because using this WMS eliminates the need to manually enter data. The system's automatic data entry can eliminate small and large errors. WMS is extremely useful for reporting. This can be used for reporting when goods are damaged. Inventory staff will receive information automatically and will not need to input the data by themselves. They will only need to monitor and ensure that the report match the physical damage. This is done to avoid disrupting the current finished goods stocks. With such insight, user can greatly improve the current processes if user digitize the business operation with store reporting via WMS features. The second weaknesses is out of controls. Every day, at least one damage can occur, and it can be a huge amount and at times. The general worker will simply place the damaged good in the damaged area without declaring and counting the number of bags involved. There are no designated individuals to monitor them and determine the cost and extent of the damage. They avoid declaring damaged goods because they are afraid that the claim charge will be deducted from their paycheck. The result of this issue is an accumulation of damaged goods at the quarantine area. Because there is no one to monitor or control the situation, the general worker may believe that having the accumulated goods is insignificant. The further impact is that there are insufficient space, which will disrupt the finished goods area or zone. When damaged and finished good is mixed to each other, it can lead to the confusion. As we all know, each warehouse has a person in charge in every department. So, I would like to propose putting someone in charge on the damaged area to ensure that everything is under control. The person in charge could be one of the general workers. The organization can appoint anyone they trust as a leader and request the leader to appoint a few people to work under him or her. The most interesting part of SWOT analysis is opportunity, in my own opinion. In this issue, the opportunity that I see is given by client the list on what to declare regarding the damage. For declaring damaged goods, we were given guidelines of the damage factors by the clients. The opportunity is when the external factor is more than internal factor. So, most of the damage occurred will be not claimed under PLB. As per shown in the table, the external factor has 9 reasons and the internal factor has only 4 reasons. In my point of view, the organization should use the opportunity correctly by give a clear view to everyone related on how to declare the damaged good. For example, if we are receiving goods from truck, make sure check the condition of goods before unloading, and if there is damage occur inside the truck, make sure to put the declaration under the external factors. To make this happen, I would like to propose to have effective briefing. This is including general worker to have a clear view, supervisors to monitor, and inventory staff for the knowledge. As Kelly 2019 has stated that clear briefing saves times and money. The organization should be clear from the start about what is expected from the work of the employees will be produced and how success will be measured objectively rather than subjectively. The second opportunity that I have identified is given full trust by client to handle the damaged goods. The damage monitoring process is fully covered by PLB operations staff with trust from clients. They will only keep track on the process at the end of the month during the stock count day. The opportunity of having full handle towards damaged goods should be used fully by the organization. The chance is capitalized on providing the best service, demonstrating to the client that we are the best organization and urging them to keep renewing their contract with the organization without problem. As a third-party corporation, the organization must always maintain its excellent name in order to gain the trust of its client. One method is to provide the finest service possible without repeating the same mistakes, especially those linked to the damage issue. This is due to the fact that it will affect both of company's profit and loss as well as our company. As we all know, the client side will continue to assess the organization ability to give finest service in the present or in future. Like Resnick 2022 said that third-party reviews are considered more credible than first-party reviews gathered by a corporation because it's information from an apparently neutral source. It's considerably more trustworthy than any of your paid commercials. Last but not least, the threats. The first threat is damage claim conflict. Many parties are involved in this business, including the organization itself, clients, and vendors. Every incident of harm or damage must be assigned to a party who will be held liable for paying damage. This is where the conflict begins, with all sides finding it difficult to admit since they do not want to endure the loss. The client will be only compensated for damage caused by the transporter and poor packaging quality, which will not pose so much complication. A major issue arises when the goods are damaged by the vendor's general worker. The vendor will request clear evidence demonstrating who of their personnel caused the harm. This problem endures because connected personnel, for fear of salary cuts, are not honest about the damage they cause. The bigger issue is when their suspicions are warranted and the damage discovered is but not declared is attributable to packaging quality. In order to resolve this threat, I would like to recommend to use bridging technique in the discussion among all parties. According to Martin 2022, the bridge technique assists mediators in encouraging each party to expand on their statement as necessary. In this method, the mediator reacts to a speaker with empathy, articulating what is unsaid. For example, the mediator may see that one party is becoming increasingly impatient or frustrated and link this to the source of that emotion. The mediator would next ask the person to explain why she or he feels that way. This strategy allows the party to openly address cultural idea and they may have previously taken for granted. So, to summarize, any problem may be resolved using the appropriate means. There are any other method that can be used in this, in addition to the one I have suggested. The second threat is client complaints about unclear damaged goods. There is an accumulation of damaged goods in the area because there is no monitoring person for the damaged goods. The accumulation causes confusion between damaged and finished goods, as well as taking up extra spaces. Aside from that, it gives the warehouse a cluttered appearance. The client takes great care of the quality of their goods. Therefore, they are very sensitive about the cleanliness of the warehouse, especially in the damaged goods area. In the event of mixing of finished good and damaged goods, it can cause damage to spread and can directly cause loss. The recommendation that I can give is to have proper schedule because there is no designated individual in charge of managing damaged goods. Supervisors can set up a plan for general workers to take turns handling the damaged good. The schedule can be customized according to the day and the time of the day. Below is the simple example of the schedule. Other than that, clearing damaged goods area can be done under 5S activity. Implementing the 5S method requires a significant study with the goal of analyzing and deploying management performance in order to highlight problems and working mistakes, reducing waste, flow transparency, storage area by properly marking and labeling, establishing standards work, and the safety and ergonomic working place related to health of the employees. Overall of the report, every organization must have some imperfections. These research demonstrate that every issue has downside. The emphasized concern, for example, is the quality of goods and damage issue. Like I said before, the warehouse handles items from the food and beverage (F&B), specifically sugar, and as a result, whether the quality of the goods is high or low will be a factor. Quality also includes the packaging material as well. This issue will be linked to the problem of excessive damage to items in the warehouse. So, SWOT analysis was performed in order to improve the organization. There is an issue that can be raised and handled for everything. Furthermore, all parties, including clients and management, must be involved in this improvement. Most importantly, knowledge of an issue must exist first so that continuous change can be made throughout the operation and contract term.